Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. At this time, will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by our high school band. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Margaret Jakubiak, who will be today's Master of Ceremonies. Maggie is president of the National Honor Society, a member of the Drama Club, and a DECA competitor. She is also part of Connections and the Environmental Club. In the fall, she will be attending the University of Connecticut, majoring in pre-teaching, with plans to pursue a master's in secondary science education. Please join me in welcoming Maggie.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our graduation ceremony. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our senior class president, Charles Marchand. In addition to being our president, Charles is a member of the varsity golf team, captain of the boys varsity basketball team, and captain of the boys varsity tennis team. He is also a member of DECA and the National Honor Society. In the fall, Charlie will be attending Ohio State University to study marketing. Please join me in welcoming Charles.
Hello. For those of you that don't know me, as Maggie just said, I am Charles Marchand, and it has been my honor and pleasure to be class president for the past 4 years. I'd like to start by thanking the incredible staff at Sutton High. Each one of you has positively impacted so many lives and put up with us over the years, so we thank you for that. Special thanks to our advisors, Mrs. Hernandez and Mrs. Cullen, for guiding Andrew, Aaron, Marcos, and myself through our time as class officers. Thank you to Mr. McCarthy and Mr. Laporto, our principal and vice principal, for always guarding the lunch line. Just awful that people would try to cut that line. Couldn't be me. But truly, thank you for everything that you have done for us over the years and helping us reach this momentous point in our lives. Lastly, thank you to Ms. Senecal for helping us throughout the chaos of graduation time and always bringing a joyful attitude to the office. And although I can't name everyone, I want you all to know that you are greatly appreciated even on days where it feels like you might not be. So thank you. It's been an adventure of 4 years, and I think I can speak for everyone right now when I say that it is a relief to finally be on this stage There was a lot of hard work that caused stressful and aggravating times, but I'd like us all to think back to the good memories and what about them made them so good. I think I can guarantee it wasn't the ed puzzles, the delta maths, or the endless packets of work. I'm confident in saying that it was the people around us that made those memories so good. The people that made waking up at 6:30 every day bearable and lots of times truly enjoyable. It is always the people around us. I did well in school, got good grades, got involved, and did enough to be speaking in front of you today. But without the people around me, it would not have been possible. My sister showed me the way academically, setting a great example. My brother, being the oldest child, showed me what, and arguably more importantly, what not to do. And he always shared similar interests as me, building me up as an athlete and more. My mom was always there for me, selflessly helping with nearly anything, no matter what she had going on. My dad always pointed me towards the direction of success. My aunt showed me what great generosity can do for people. My Pepe showed me the importance of unconditional support. My stepdad showed me the value of always seeing both sides in any situation. And lastly, but certainly not least, my friends have challenged me, but more importantly, have always shown me how to have a good time. The people around you make a world of a difference because you not only learn from them, but learn with them as well. Find the people in your life that make you enjoy it and provide you with the motivation to be your best self, because they are what I like to call the constants. I like to call them this because they are always there with the consistent ability to bring happiness into your life. We've all had examples of this in our own lives. On the basketball team, there were plenty of good days, but also a fair share of grueling practices that consisted of drills that tested both my physical and mental strength. Or on the Europe trip. The trip was a blast, but there was certainly some time waiting in airports and plenty of long bus rides. These grueling practices and downtime on the trip were moments that did not have the intent of being enjoyable or fun, but sharing these moments with friends brought fun by itself. Time spent with friends has the power of transforming a bad time into a good one, or a good time into an even better one. I could get 100 on a test and be happy, and then go hang out with friends and continue being happy, or I could fail a test, shout out AP Calc, and be aggravated or sad, and then go hang out with friends and become happy once again. One of the greatest lessons I've learned in school is that having good constants in my life and spending genuine time with them is worth more than any test grade could ever be. Sutton schools provided us with a small, close-knit community for nearly our entire lives. But in less than an hour, whether it's with college, the workforce, the military, or anything else, we'll all be starting fresh, and we won't see these people currently around us anywhere close to as much as we do now. We'll need to create a new community in a completely new environment, and it will be up to us whether or not these people will provide a positive impact on us. Make it a goal to find yourself new constants that make you happy and challenge you to grow, and pretty soon you'll realize that they are the ones that put you on the path to success. Thank you.
Tonight's guest speaker has already given a graduation speech once, when she was valedictorian of the Sutton High School class of 2000. Since that speech 24 years ago, Ms. Corin has dedicated her career to students here in Sutton. We first met her when she was our Spanish teacher in 8th grade, and we loved her class, until we all got sent home for COVID. When we came back to school the next year, she was our assistant principal, helping us manage going to school in a pandemic and being nervous new high schoolers at the same time. Even when she left us to become the principal of the middle school, Ms. Corin always has time for us, to talk, to check in, to attend our games and events, or just to say hi. Ms. Corin is a tremendous example of the kind of Sutton High graduates we all hope we become. Successful, passionate, and always there to help and support the people in our lives. We can think of no better role model and no better person to speak to us tonight. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome to the stage this year's commencement speaker, Miss Ann Corin.
Good evening, esteemed guests, families, friends, staff members, and most importantly, the graduates of the class of 2024. Congratulations to all of you. Here we are on this most exciting and special day for you, but also for your parents and caregivers. First of all, make sure that you thank them for all of their love and support throughout your high school journey. While this is an exciting transition for you, it's also an important and emotional time and change for them. Please remember to check on your grown-ups. When you're off adulting and having the time of your lives, send a text or give them a call to let them know you're okay and that you're thinking of them. Well, as Maggie said, it's been a while since I've given a graduation speech, 24 years ago, Sutton High School, class of 2000. The theme of my graduation speech was, "Oh, the places you'll go," and look where I am. I think I've come full circle. Sutton High School is a special place, and it is a privilege to be an educator in the community that I was raised in. I would like to begin in gratitude. I am deeply honored to celebrate this milestone with all of you. We missed the opportunity to celebrate your 8th grade promotion in 2020, so I am thrilled to be here to commemorate this tremendous accomplishment. As your former middle school Spanish teacher, witnessing your growth from bright, eager learners to the accomplished individuals that you have grown to be fills me with immense pride. I commend the high school administration and staff for their unwavering dedication to nurturing and preparing Sutton students for the future. I invite you to think back to your 8th grade year for just a minute. Sorry, just 1 minute, I promise. Middle school was a magical and fun, but painfully awkward time of profound change and self-discovery. You're figuring out who you are, trying to establish yourself as an individual, navigating friendships, managing new responsibilities and academic expectations, and pushing the boundaries to figure out what you can get away with. I remember your 8th grade selves as bright, willing to learn, a little mischievous, and sometimes a little dramatic, but who isn't in middle school? This class endured unexpected change and unforeseen circumstances that no one could have predicted. One day we were in Spanish class conjugating AR, ER, and IR verbs and playing Kahoot and Expert, and then our time in 8th grade was abruptly interrupted. That was a weird thing, right? The next thing I knew, I was trying to figure out how to teach you Spanish over Zoom. I even tried TikTok out of desperation, and that was, well, just no bueno. We all went home for the school year, and it just kind of ended with no closure for your formative middle school years. It was definitely a strange experience. Fast forward to your freshman year of high school, which was also my first year as an administrator at the middle high school. We made the transition to high school together during a very unique time, the time of masks, lunch in the cafeteria gym, social distancing, and hybrid learning. It was far from your typical start to high school. It was a time of unknowns that we were all figuring out together while making the best of a bizarre situation. Looking back, there had to be a lesson to learn from all of that. You could say that attending pandemic high school brought lessons of perseverance or adaptability or compassion and grace. But what comes to mind when I think of the class of 2024, resilience always pops up. Resilience means the capacity to withstand, adapt, or recover quickly from difficulties, misfortune, or change. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and to emerge stronger than before. Resilience is not just a word, it's a mindset, a way of approaching life's obstacles with determination, courage, and strength. As 9th graders, you were forced to leap out of your comfort zones, and you had to be open to new experiences and new ways of learning. You adapted to many changes and persevered through the uncertainty of a very challenging time. While your high school experience started this way, it certainly does not define you as Sutton High School's class of 2024. You recovered quickly, bounced back to normal high school life, and you have packed as much into your high school experience as possible. Academic achievements, clubs and activities, athletics, social events, internships, trips, and more. While you have all worked hard to achieve your goals, collectively, you've all made this successful comeback. Resilience is more than just individual strength. It's about the support that you receive from each other and from our community. Whether it was a pep talk from a friend, a helping hand from a teacher, or a word of support from a caregiver, you've leaned on each other for guidance and support. You came back stronger and more resilient than ever. You overcame the unexpected, and you went on to thrive. While your transition from middle to high school was less than ideal, the transition from high school to your next step, whether it's college, the workforce, or the military, is much more traditional. However, you will learn as you make the transition to the real world as we adults know it. This lesson of resilience will be key to help you embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation. When you encounter change, embrace it. It may not be comfortable or easy, but it helps you learn and grow. When you mess up, fail, or things don't work out the way you want them to, which is inevitable, try again and come back stronger. Know that you will always have the strength and resilience to overcome any obstacle that you encounter. You have already demonstrated that you are resilient in the most stressful of situations and uncertainty of times. So I am confident that you will adapt to your new environments prepared and ready to achieve. You will have many unknowns ahead of you, and that's okay. Face the future with strength, determination, and resilience. When I graduated from Sutton High School, being a teacher was not part of my plan, and being a school principal was definitely not part of my plan. When I had the opportunity to become an administrator, it was a big decision to leave the classroom, and a transition that pushed me outside of my comfort zone. I've had to face challenges, adapt to new and different experiences, and practice resilience through all the changes. Life doesn't get easier, we become more resilient. And here I am, happy and proud of my path because it led me to all of you. I have been fortunate to know you, to learn from you, and to watch you grow up. As you leave the comfort and predictability of Sutton High School, wherever you go, remember to work hard, be kind, make good decisions, and use your powers for good. Know that Sutton will always be your home, and we will always be cheering you on. We are incredibly proud of each and every one of you. You made it through high school during unprecedented times, and you've emerged as resilient, hardworking, determined individuals. Congratulations, graduates, on this achievement. We cannot wait to see the incredible things that you will accomplish in the years to come. Enjoy each moment of this special time. Thank you and congratulations.
At this time, it is my privilege to introduce the high school band. It is my pleasure to recognize our salutatorian of our senior class, Charlotte Sumner. Charlie is a member of the girls' cross country and track teams, secretary of the National Honor Society, and part of the Sutton High School chorus. She is also part of Connections and the Environmental Club. In the fall, she will be attending Northeastern University to study health sciences. Please join me in giving the warmest of welcomes to our salutatorian of the class of 2024, Charlotte Sumner. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage the valedictorian of our senior class, Alexandre Sumner. Alex is a member of the National Honor Society, Connections, and the Student Athlete Leadership Team. Alex has been a part of the girls' cross country and track teams throughout all of high school. In the fall, she will be attending Northeastern University to study health sciences on a pre-physical therapy track. Without further ado, please join me in giving the warmest of welcomes to our valedictorian of the class of 2024, Alexandre Sumner.
Before I begin, I would like to say thank you to the many people who helped each of us get here. To the teachers, staff, families, coaches, and especially to the friends and classmates with whom we have moved through these years together. Whether it be a teacher's support or a friend's company, the influence of others has been and will continue to be invaluable as we move through life. And for that, I am forever grateful. That gratitude, that appreciation, leads me to what I would like to speak about today, and the hope I have for all of us before we go our separate ways. One of the biggest things I realized throughout high school is the importance of connection. It's something our world today needs more of. More people who are willing to go out of their way to make someone feel heard, just because. More people who don't let "how are you" be a greeting, echoed with good or tired, but a genuine question. People who challenge it and ask, "Why are you tired? What happened that was good? How are you actually?" Each and every one of us in this room have the power to be that for each other, to go out into the world with a little more kindness, a little more compassion. And I'm encouraging everyone, including myself, to do just that. Now, before I dive in, I wanted to share a quick story about how I learned to read. One of the first books I learned was a short story called Frog and Toad. As the name suggests, it's a cute book about two friends, one frog and one toad, who go on adventures together. You're probably wondering why this story. The thing is, little kids' stories have a way of getting it right. The endings are happy, the characters are fun, but what I'm really getting at is there's always a strong moral. And in this story, that moral was friendship and kindness. The friends repeatedly get into trouble and help each other out. They support each other when one is struggling and push each other towards achieving their goals. All in all, it's a cute story, nostalgic to me. But it represents something that is so often overlooked in our world today: the power of kindness. Fast forward 12 years of school and many more books later, unfortunately and fortunately, the world is a lot more complex than it was as a toddler reading Frog and Toad. Friendships are built in more than proximity, and disagreements can't be solved with an enticing distraction. But the same idea still holds true, and if anything, is so much more important. Kindness, compassion, loving and being loved, connection with others is what drives our very existence. We thrive on it. We need it no less than we need air to breathe or water to drink. We all have that humanity inside of us, and an incredible ability to impact others when we wield it. And just like breathing, kindness and compassion aren't isolated actions. They're a way of being and moving through the world. I'm certainly no expert. The only experiences I can speak to are my own. But I'm confident that every one of us in this room knows just how genuinely good it feels when a friend has your back or shows you that you're appreciated. All those things that make you stand a little taller, walk a little prouder, and believe in yourself a little more. The truth is, none of those things take much effort. A smile or a conversation, in today's world, they are one of the only things that actually are free. But for something that is so easy and accessible, the capacity they have to change people's lives, bit by bit, is truly extraordinary. I'll give you a few examples from my lived experiences at Sutton this past year alone to illustrate that. One memorable instance was at a cross-country practice this past fall. when my coach gave me a hug and what probably amounted to a 1.5-minute conversation. But that gesture, the space and kindness she showed, meant the world and more. I'd had an especially tough day in the middle of several tough weeks, and by giving me space to share that with someone and showing me that she cared, she made me feel heard in a way that I hadn't in a long time. It's been 8 months, and that memory still fills me with comfort and gratitude. I think she's here tonight, so thank you, Jenny. And I don't think Miss Taylor knows how much it meant this past winter when she bought me a book to read while I was out of school for 2 weeks after surgery. Not only that, but she chose a novel she thought I would enjoy based off one I'd mentioned previously in the year. It's easy to often feel invisible in school, and by showing that she cared about my absence and even remembered our conversation, made me feel that my presence in that community had value. Thank you, Miss Taylor. And I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that having a friend stop, look me in the eyes and ask, "Hey, are you okay?" is something that can shift my mood for the rest of the day. That simple question, when asked from a place of genuine interest and concern, is such a beautiful reminder to approach the rest of the day with a little more perspective and a lot more gratitude, because it shows that there are people in my life who care enough to notice, to ask, and to listen. To the several friends who have been that person for me, I truly mean it when I say thank you. I could keep going, but my point with these stories is that kindness goes a long way. I have no doubt that collectively we would have thousands of stories to tell like those, and times where the kindness of others left a mark. Take a moment to remember them and hold that feeling in your heart. So, what's next? We're going our own ways to different careers, schools, places, people. Why is it so crucial that we don't overlook the importance of how we interact with others? Moving through the world with kindness takes work. There's no instant gratification or reward. It can be inconvenient at times, challenging at others. But day in and day out, I hope that all of us can remember this. It truly matters, and it truly makes a difference, both as an individual, but even more so as a part of our complex and unfair yet beautiful world. As we move forward, I'm sure we're all familiar with the so-called issues of our generation: the environmental problems, race, gender, and identity inequalities, the mental health crisis, things we as a generation will need to work on. And while I know I am young and naive in some regards, I can't help but be convinced that beyond the politics and budgets and programs, what our world really needs most is some more compassion. People just like us choosing to care. A conversation there, an effort to understand here, it doesn't take much to make a whole lot of change. Now, before I finish up and we go our separate ways, I would like to make some wishes for my fellow classmates. I hope you feel all the good things. I hope you feel pride in yourself and find happiness in things you do. I hope you laugh often and surround yourself with good company. I hope you get to experience the excitement of new places along with the comfort of old ones. I also hope you feel some difficult and challenging things. I hope you feel the sadness of goodbyes, because that means there's people who brighten your life. I hope you feel fear and apprehension, because that means you've stepped out of your comfort zone. I hope you feel struggle and disappointment and failure, because that means you're working hard and growing more resilient. I hope you feel all and more, embrace every opportunity, and tap into that compassion as you go. Today is just another day. It's only a new beginning in a ceremonial sense, but let's make it more than that. Let's leave here with a promise that we will choose to lift each other up, that we will choose to listen, that we will choose to care. And that undoubtedly will make the biggest difference of all. Thank you.
Presenting the gift from the senior class will be our senior class president, Charles Marchand, vice president, Andrew Lucas, secretary, Marcos Gouveia, and treasurer, Aaron Sullivan. Andrew is vice president of the senior class. Andrew is a member of the boys varsity soccer team and a member of DECA. In the fall, Andrew will be attending Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute to study civil engineering. Marcos is secretary of the senior class. In the fall, Marcos will be attending Quinsigamond Community College to study criminal justice. Erin is treasurer of the senior class. She is a member of 3 varsity sports, including volleyball, indoor track, tennis, and was captain of 2 of the sports. Erin is also president of the Environmental Club and a member of Community Service Learning Club, National Honor Society, and SALT. In the fall, Erin will be attending Marist College to study psychology and hopes to pursue a master's degree in future years. Please join me in welcoming Charles, Andrew, Marcos, and Erin.
When it came to choosing a class gift, my fellow class officers and I were determined to pick something that would stand out from gifts of the past. We wanted to bring a new sense of uniqueness in comparison to other gifts that have been given. After lots of discussion and planning, we eventually decided to have a mural painted in a central location for all to see. And as I'm sure many of you have already seen, this mural now sits in the center of our cafeteria, to be seen by all passing through our school. Our vision for this mural was to reflect as much of our school and community as we could, whether that meant our mascots, the Sammy and Susie, and all of our sports teams, or our school's artistic aspects. We aim to include as much as possible. We hope that this mural can serve as a symbol of our immense school pride and love for everything Sutton has to offer. Now, as great as the mural is, we also wanted to get something that students can utilize in their everyday lives. So in addition to the mural, we are also gifting the school a brand new table for the productive work area outside of the library. We hope that this new table can allow more students to take advantage of all this great area has to offer. Although these two gifts are very different, they will both make our school better in their own unique way. We hope that you enjoy them. Thank you.
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the high school chorus.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying, gotta keep my head high. It's always gonna be another mountain, I'm always gonna wanna make it move, always gonna be an uphill battle, sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's a climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. There's always gonna be another mountain, I'm always gonna wanna make it move, always gonna be an uphill battle, sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep the faith, 'cause it's all about the climb.
It is my pleasure to introduce Principal Ted McCarthy to read the scholarships.
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the scholarships earned by the class of 2024. Graduates, please check your emails tomorrow morning. Ms. Reed will be sending out instructions to each recipient. This class has earned over $30,000 in local scholarships, an amazing testament to their academic achievements. Let's give them a round of applause. When I say your name, please stand to be recognized. The American Legion Auxiliary Dudley Gendron Post 414 Scholarship goes to Laura Sullivan, Thomas Morin, and Andrew Nelson. The Mark Bailey Positive Impact Award scholarships go to Kate Chrysopoulos and Nixon Huggins. The Beth Mozinski Athletic Scholarship goes to Kira Fadden. The Sutton Garden Club Scholarship, Laura Sullivan. The following 11 scholarships are awarded through the Dudley Gendron American Legion Post 414. The American Legion Dudley Gendron 414 Scholarship, Thomas Morin. The Frank W. Gerard Memorial Scholarship, James Kais. The Clarence and Ronald Chase Memorial Scholarship, Andrew Lucas. The David C. Schroeder Memorial Scholarship, Nixon Huggins. The William B. Crosby Memorial Scholarship, Samuel Kelly. The Raymond D. DeRochers Memorial Scholarship, Charles Marchand. The Fred Parker Memorial Scholarship, Maggie Jakubiak. The Sten K. Brote Memorial Scholarship, Abigail Coulter. The Sten R. Brote Memorial Scholarship, Erin Sullivan. The Jack and Carolyn Gurney Tebow Memorial Scholarship, Charlotte Sumner, Alexandre Sumner. The George and Marie Shabbat Memorial Scholarship, Maggie Jakubiak. The Jessica Jackman Memorial Scholarship, Charlotte Sumner, Erica Steele. The Millbury Federal Credit Union Scholarship, Matthew Fadden. The Pleasant Valley Dentistry Scholarship, Alexander Sumner. The Sutton Athletic Booster Club Scholarship, Alexander Sumner, Charles Marchand, Erin Sullivan, and Kira Fadden. The Sutton Lions Club Scholarships, Emma Jonash, Mia Danello, Erica Steele. The Women's Fellowship of Sutton Scholarship, Caitlin Conley, Kira Fadden, Matthew Fadden, Samantha Fadden, Sophia Mitchell, Erin Sullivan, and Laura Sullivan. The Sutton Youth Soccer Scholarship in memory of Jim Delterio, Ty Grogan. The Sutton 2021 Foundation Scholarship, Ty Grogan, Laura Sullivan. The Sutton Teachers Association Scholarship, Maggie Jakubiak. The Olive Branch Lodge Masonic Scholarship, Sophia Mitchell and Andrew Lucas. The Sammy and Susie's Healthcare Scholarship, Erica Steele. The following two scholarships are awarded through the Sons of the American Legion Post 414 Scholarship. In remembrance of past Squadron Commander Sten R. Broat Scholarship, Abigail Coulter. In remembrance of past dual member Robert Smith Scholarship, Andrew Lucas, Thomas Morin. The Victoria Demers Memorial Scholarship, Isabella Marois. The Daniel S. and Evelyn F. Smith Memorial Scholarship, Navjot Khatri. The Bank Hometown Academic Merit Scholarship, Sarah Andrade. The Bank Hometown Community Spirit Scholarship, Natalie Hayes. The Sutton Education Foundation Trust Filling the Gap Scholarship, Connor Royce. And finally, over the past several years, Sutton High School has had the privilege to partner with the Zini Foundation to support our students. The Zini Foundation's mission is to co-invest with the student, family, and the school to help provide both financial assistance and real-world mentoring to foster self-development. Through the generosity of the Zini Foundation, each year, one Sutton High School student will be named a Zini Scholar, receiving a 4-year scholarship of up to $30,000. This year, we have 3 Zini Scholars: Emily Petrus, Alexander Sumner, and Charlie Sumner. In fact, over the past 9 years, through our partnership with the Zini Foundation, Sutton High School students have received over $500,000 in scholarship funding. Let's give all of these recipients a round of applause. It is time for the presentation of diplomas. Will Superintendent Padgett, School Committee, and class advisors please join us at the stand at this time?
Sarah Carolyn Andrade. Marina Rose Estrella. Thomas Peter Bachunas. Caitlin Elizabeth Bradley. Kenneth Anthony Branowicki. Emily Nicole Britton. Drake Maximus Burek. Julia Sophie Chapman. Emily Diane Chase. Abrielle Helena Choma. Jake Richard Coder. Caitlin Maya Coles. Caitlin Elizabeth Conkey. Caitlin Janelle Conley. Abigail Christine Coulter. Taylor Diane Courtney. Madison Nicole Cruz. Mia Sophia Danello. Connor Graham De Silva. Madeline Diane Devasion. Maya Mari Dodonna. Dominic Bryce DeStefano. Luke David Drummond. Landon Matthew Dolmain. Matthew Seamus Fadden. Samantha Catherine Fadden. Christian David Fuller. Alfred Gerard Gabriel. Matthew Rainey Jem. Lola Leon Girolamo. Caden David Gould. John Michael Granger. Adam Timothy Greenwood. Matthew Owen Grenier. Shane Michael Hawley. Natalie Mary Hayes. Nixon Grace Huggins. Emma Grace Jonash. Samuel Stephen Kelly. James Fritz Kais. Navjot Pankaj Khatri. Kate Grace Chrysopoulos. Emma Elizabeth LaPlante. Austin James LaPointe. Benjamin James LaRochelle. Benjamin Claude LaRose. Mai Adel Lewindi. Hannah Mai McNeil. Isabella Reagan Marois. Anastasia Lee Mansfield Morneau. Jaden Tyler Mansfield Morneau. Gift Wanjiru Bugwa. David Kingston McGee. Haley Kathleen Malinsky. Julia L. Menard. Aiden John Miller. Sophia Christian Mitchell. Delaney Marie Modica. Kyle Muniz Montenario. Margaret Ann Morgan Smith Klein. Thomas Brian Morin. Isabella Marie Muniz. Janaya Jade Negron. Andrew William Nelson. Philip James Ostrowski. Daniel John Palmer. Drummel Pinkish Patel. Emily Grace Petrus. Araya Lee Powell. Tig Patrick Rogan. Marissa Ann Rossetti. Marissa Lynn Rosso. William Leonard Sawicki. Riley Ann Soboleski. Dana Leanne Sotolano. Erica Michelle Steele. Lily Mae Sullivan. Nikolai Simon Taylor. Cody Joseph Tomasevich. Kassan Baka Vong. Aiden Thomas Walker. Erica Patricia Wallace. Gavin Elias Wilbrenner. Margaret Jocelyn Jakubiak. Kira Lynn Fadden. Laura Jean Sullivan. Connor Michael Royce. Erin Lindsay Sullivan. Marcos Simas Govea. Andrew Joseph Lucas. Charles Henry Marchand. Charlotte Rose Sumner. Alexanne Violet Sumner.
We can still take them back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the Sutton Memorial High School graduating class of 2024. At this time, we ask you to stand as you are able and join us in the singing of our alma mater. Did I sign the song too?
Try my best.
Usually they leave me program here so I can take the song. Andrew.
Oh, thanks. Glad it's done. Glad it's done.